Hey Ilona, this is Adrian. I just got your text message about your report from last night. So I'm looking at your report and I'll critique it real time as I'm getting ready to send it to the client. For starters, the date is not here. I know this is for 12/1, so always make sure you put your date. 1/13. 2, your name is not here, so we're gonna put place your name. For starters, always check on that. Thirdly, you want to make sure yes or no if there's any vandalism, trespassers, so forth. You want to make sure you underline the no and make it a yes. Um, if you want to set your template where it's just blank, normally there's not vandalism. That's why by default I put them as no. But if you want to leave those blank, that's fine. Just make sure you mark whichever one it is. Shift report, your blocks are looking pretty good. Only thing, the 6 o'clock, how you're writing this, don't write it like that. I would rather you put it like 6 o'clock p.m. and just put a dash to 7 o'clock p.m. Or you can just put 6 p.m. blah blah blah, 7 p.m. blah blah blah, 8 p.m. Whatever it works for you, you know. So that's how we need to do that for one. Arrived on Columbine Court at 6 o'clock. Okay, that's good. Those blocks are good, and hourly check-ins are good. As far as this silver, another typo right here, and I know you guys not gonna ever. The reports will never be perfect. I'm not asking you guys to be perfect, so to make sure you pay as much attention as you can. Um, to these reports, that way I don't have to go behind you and change stuff. I can just glance at them and keep going. The last thing about this report is just not set up right. Try this on the iPad because I know you guys are using a better piece of equipment now. Try to square your pages off. For instance, this page right here is not it's not enough room for a picture. So what I'm gonna do is just highlight the entire all the text at the bottom part, and the font is normally set at 11. If I move it to I don't know 14, it's a little bit big, so I'll go down to 13, and I can just type that in, and it just squares the page off. You know, like the whole page is filled. I do not like pages that are halfway filled. So even if you have to manipulate a few things here and there, that's fine. Just don't leave the pages where they're halfway filled. I can actually pull this up a little bit and see now all the text is on the same page. All right, this page with this picture got a picture and a blank space. That's an eyesore. So I'm gonna click on that, drag it down to fill the page up, and the boundary is about right there, about an inch up, and it fits right in. It distorts it somewhat, but I like that look better than just leaving an empty page. And so you go down here, same thing. Actually, sometimes just put the pictures on the same page. Like that's what I'm gonna do with this right here. I'm gonna have to squish them both in, but if you keep squishing them, you see how they'll fit on the same page right there. I can bring this down just a little bit. Um, I'm trying to find why you have this no parking sign in here. I don't see any reason this should even be in here. Whenever you put a picture in your report, always have the corresponding information. It should be a narrative about every picture in this report. Now, if it's just a general picture showing the foothills, and it's clearly just a picture of the foothills, that's okay. But if you have something distinctive, like a sign, a no parking sign in your report, then I expect some distinctive information. But if it's just a big, picture of the landscape, obviously you're just showing that the property is fine. Like this car is going to correspond to the information up here. The parking sign doesn't go with anything. We don't need that in the report because it's just going to confuse me and the client, and everyone's just going to be like, why is that random picture there? Um, this fire hydrant, unless there's an issue with it, why is there a picture of a fire hydrant? And I don't see anything in your report about a fire hydrant. So, and it looks fine. So, there's no reason for that picture to be in the report. The picture of a fire hydrant. That's not what we need. Um, so in this report, this picture is good because it goes with your paragraph. So if you're gonna take a picture of something just distinctive, like make sure that's a story behind it. I don't want a picture of a fire hydrant or a picture of a, I don't know, whatever. If you got a good landscape picture or showing that this wall is clear of graffiti or showing that the residential neighborhood is clear of any activity, that's fine. But if you're gonna specify, take a picture of a hydrant or anything, specific, it needs to be a reason, If not, it becomes redundant at that point. So I'm just critiquing that your information a lot better. You have a lot more details. A few typos in here. So I just got to go through and change up your typos. But just make sure you do 6 semicolon 00 p.m. so forth. Instead of that, make sure your name, date, everything is filled out. Because just remember, whatever you don't do is things I have to take time out and do myself. And I'm trying to get away from this meticulous stuff like going through reports when I need to be growing this company. That's my main focus. That's why I got you guys holding it down for me. I need to grow the company, and I just don't have the time to go through reports. When if you're at a site for 8 hours, at the very least that I expect from you guys are to have a report that doesn't have typos, has relevant information. The picture should correspond to some kind of story, or if they don't, a clear like landscape picture is fine. But you guys have 8 hours to do these reports, and it's kind of like that's the at the bare minimum what I expect from you is to make sure reports have pertinent information, enough information, and you have time to be creative. That's all I'm asking for. I know it's not a lot going on there, but I'm just asking you guys to step it up for me because it takes away from my day when I have to go back through and read through these reports and fix stuff and all that. But anyway, that's all I have for this. You email me with any question as always. Thanks.